parking validation? Anybody get the parking validation?
Did you get a parking validation?
Anybody else? I'm Ray with Searchlight. This is Jay. Jay is a client of ours who had a substantial or has a substantial investment in Woodbridge. He was gracious enough to join us. I never knew Jay before he became a client with Woodbridge, so it's not like we're old high school buddies or show or anything like that. But he's pretty knowledgeable about the Woodbridge affair, so he's gracious enough to volunteer his time. He is the co-chair of the note holders committee, and that gives him insight more than most of us would have. And he has experience with second deeds of trust and mortgages and so on. And you'll get to know him as we go along. But the way we thought we would try and deal with this is we would just have a conversation essentially for your benefit. And we sort of role played or scripted this out yesterday a little bit so that we were stay on point and try and cover the salient points that we get feedback that is on your mind. If there's something we missed, we're happy to try and entertain whatever other questions you may or may not have. But we think that we're reasonably well prepared to try and cover what's on people's mind and where are we at this point and where do we think we're going and things like that. And a lot of the information that we at Searchlight and Rick at CSI have is essentially my intel from Jay because he's on that committee. Because otherwise in the courts, everything sort of goes somewhat dark. It's hard to get as much information as you might otherwise like. Rick is with CSI Wealth. And we never knew each other before this Woodbridge thing, so we combined forces to try and communicate with clients, etc. And I never knew Jay before he got involved with Woodbridge. But the other people here, of course, are Caroline, who works with us at Searchlight, and Pam in the back of the room. Pam and I have worked together since, I think, 1983, so I'm getting old and she's not. And Caroline has worked with us for some, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 years. And she started at age 4. But she started right out of college. And really, Pam started working with me almost right out of college also. So we've had a long relationship. Now, Rick, do you have anybody from your shop here besides you?
Lots of clients.
No, but you're employed.
Oh, no, just myself.
Just you, okay. Because otherwise I wanted to introduce. Okay, so we're just going to sort of banter between Jay and me. And then if you have questions, we'll do our very best to try and address them. Is that fair ground for you think? Here we go, baby. And where I got this, I went to a talk by ex-chairman of the Federal Reserve Board by Ben Bernanke, and he was sponsored by City National Bank, and the CEO of City National Bank, who I was very impressed with, I thought he was a pretty sharp guy. And Bernanke had a little conversation for this room of about 1,000 people. I thought it was effective. They got a little conversation for the benefit of the people in the room. So that's why we thought this format might be okay. So Jay is a retired, successful businessman. As I said, he's a co-chair of, I think it's the Note Holders Committee, not affiliated with any of us in any way prior to just now. So why don't you tell them what you did when you were a working man before you were a labor?
I had a design firm agency.
Jay, you're going to have to speak up.
I said I owned a graphic design firm and became an agency with employees. I sold that firm in 2004, retired. And then I started another company and ended up retiring in 2009. And when I retired, especially in 2009, the stock market was crashing. We looked for alternative investments. And I got into the first trustee business and bridge loans. And through my accountant, we introduced me to many of his clients. I was able to make a nice living being first trustees. So when this opportunity arose, it seemed like a good one. You held a note, you had a lien on a property. It wasn't just a fund, and so that was why it was attractive to me. So we invested. circle back into that period of time a little bit. What happened was when the bankruptcy happened, I got in very late. I got in November of 17. So I never received the interest, payments. It was kind of a big shock. So I started digging on the internet. This firm came up called Trinkerville. It was a Delaware law firm that was putting their hat in the ring to become note holders committee attorneys. And I got a hold of them and I spoke to them. They said, well, they did not get the job. Another firm got the job as the note holder committee group. But what happened was when they went before the judge made anyone who was on this committee give up their lien rights. They would have to become unsecured to act on this committee. Everyone but 3 people declined. So the committee became a committee of 3, representing approximately 8,000 justices. So the judge agreed that that wasn't a good committee mix. And we formed called the ad hoc note holders committee, a group. And Trinkerville got that assignment. The judge approved them. They're very experienced in this kind of work. All their fees are paid out of the court. And I got, because I was kind of in there, I got picked to be on the committee. Because most of the business dealings are right here in St. City, the debtor's law firm, Sherman and Trinkerville, all operate out of St. City. The case is basically a California case, even though it's handling in Delaware. I got voted to be co-chair of this committee. And I've subsequently been voted to be on the board of the Ultimate Bankruptcy Board with Michael Woodbridge as trustee. So I'm one of now 4 people on the actual board that will be running the bankruptcy. My somewhat experience in first trustee business, well, so on, and that's qualified for that, I suppose, and probably just being in California. But anyway, I landed on this. So this has given me very good firsthand knowledge of what the inner workings of what's been going on with this case for the last year. And I can, the Q&A here today will be to share some of the going ons. But the principal issue has always been the fact that we have liens on properties. That was the attraction, and that's what everybody was worried about because we didn't want to give up our lien rights. I had a lien on a specific piece of property. Well,
So did all of you.
yeah. And so what happened, and the judge initially said, no, we're not even going to consider that. I'm an experienced bankruptcy judge. This is not a classic bankruptcy. It is unfortunately a Ponzi scheme. Therefore, you can't be secured. So we fought through the middle, and no votes made. We fought to become secured and stay secured. But as the audits sort of unraveled, and what appeared was that we weren't secured. There are triple, quadruple, quintuple liens on the same property. There are family liens that are on properties that didn't even get purchased. Some of the liens never got processed, as mine, never got processed against the property. It's just kind of floating out there in limbo. So ultimately, after investigation, it was decided that the liens would have to become secured. And that's the ballot that you received, or you received in the mail if you haven't received it yet. And the vote basically is to agree to unsecured liens. That is the plan. Then everything will be pooled, and the money will be distributed based on your investment. So right now, they're looking at between 60 and 70% return on the sale of real estate. The real estate is currently being sold, and there's money coming in. They're looking for a distribution at the end of this year. They don't know what that things just pop up. Recently, there was a sexual case, a gal within Woodbridge had sued the company, had won her lawsuit. The bankruptcy put that aside. And now that the bankruptcy is being closed, or the plan is going into effect, of course, this is going back up. It's like a $28 million case. So there's these kinds of things that are happening. Also, when Fish was forecasting an amount that would be distributed at the end of the year, they also included the sale of Alloway. And I cannot remember the property, but it's a very expensive property in Homely Hills. It has to do with the entire city. It was sold for $45 million. That sale has fallen out. So both of those things are going to affect what's going to be distributed. But it'll just roll over into next year. Already, there's been another offer on the home up in Homely Hills. And I got to see that. When we met in Century City, first meeting, was they had buses, and they took everybody on a tour, and myself and two other nobles, and a cadre of 20 or 30 attorneys. We all went to look at the property.
If I can interject, at about $1,500 an hour each. I mean, the attorneys have made a lot of dough.
So, it was interesting seeing the properties. What Shapiro did, he just got out over his skis, so to speak. The money was coming in, and he had to do something with the money, so he continued to buy property. But the time that it takes to build out the property, turn the property, sell the property, was, of course, going behind schedule. And therefore, he was not able to retrieve the money from the sale of the property to pay us. And so he started paying us out of the money coming in, which was the classic Ponzi. But anyway, there is property. There's just too much property, and it's all located in one place, Homely Hills and Bel Air. If you sell everything at once, you're going to have a fire sale. There's 28 properties in Homely Hills alone. So in each one of these, it's like 17 million up to 45 million up to 100. So when you put those on the market, how many buyers are there? 8. So it's having to be, sort of spread out over time. And that's why they're looking at 2020 as the time when most of the real estate will be sold. And at that point, the biggest distribution for the time. There's several parts to this. There's the real estate, then there is clawbacks, and clawbacks include the brokers, as Ray knows, will be asked to pay back their commissions. All of you who receive interest will have it deducted from your payment. Those who received interest and closed out will be contacted and asked to pay their interest. It's not a good thing, but it's the way it is. That's the way what happens. So as the clawbacks come in over time, that will be another payout.
Now, the clawbacks, I think if you do the math, help this room. Because I don't think anybody in this room has been in Woodbridge for that terribly long. So they should get money from people who were in it 7, 8, whatever it is, years ago, and collected a reasonable amount of interest. And they all did. So I think there will be more coming in to be distributed than will cost anyone here because you haven't been in it that long. So I think the arithmetic works out a bit to your favor just because of your short tenure. So I think that's likely to be the case. We'll see. But I'm a little bit optimistic that that'll benefit those of you who are here. Now, I don't know how long those of you who are Rick's clients have been involved, but our clients for a short time. I think yours for a relatively short time too, right?
All less than a year.
Yeah, okay, and that's pretty similar to us. That's kind of what I thought, but I wasn't sure. So I think that'll tend to benefit to some extent you guys. Okay?
Ray, would it be okay to ask questions while we're doing it now?
Sure, I guess.
Okay.
What is the process? I mean, do you go alphabetically on the payoffs? Do you go according to the dates that you entered? The amount that you
I
invested?
mean, money will be getting back.
Yes.
That is yet actually to be determined. It's when the money is available. And then it basically is just saying it'll be distributed equally. Everybody, not alphabetical or anything else.
5%.
At the same time?
Everybody will be paid at the same time. So,
No, it'll come in increments.
so the first payout will be based on real estate sales. And there is money coming in, and there'll be something paid at the end of this year. Don't know how much.
Portion.
Yeah, it could be $500, it could be $10,000, it could be $100,000. It's a proportion, and of course, it's all based on what you've invested, it's all percentage math. And so it'll be divvied up.
Jay, question right here.
Yes,
Since we're being told that our return from our investment would be possibly anywhere from 60 to 70%. So since the anticipation is that all the real estate will be sold by 2020, does that mean that our percentage can go higher as to what we will receive?
well, let me finish my little, there's how you're gonna get paid,
Okay.
and that'll explain that. You're gonna get paid from the sale of real estate. And that's 60 to 70% of your money.
And let me just say, they did buy real estate. That which they've sold has been over what they bought it for, because we're in a good real estate market, as you all know. It's not like they didn't buy the property, they did. And the properties that have been sold for profit. Part of this is getting eaten up in legal costs, though, and that's why we're less than 100% from the sale of real estate, the legal costs.
Yeah, where the money went was it went to Shapiro, and it went to other,
Shapiro was the CEO.
and it went to other places, unknown places, offshore, wherever, and it went to buy real estate. So I don't have the exact numbers in my head, but they're available, how much went into purchasing a real estate of $1 billion or so that went in. Wow. I think it's around 700. So there's 300 million sort of out there, unexplained.
What, if the vote fails, how will that affect distribution and the legal process?
So we'll go back to square one. Completely. So the vote's very important.
I just want to add, he just said, I'm sorry, your name is
Ray K.
Ray? You did say, I hear you, you said the properties were purchased. Well, I'm under the understanding from everything that the properties were not purchased with the money that we invested. Therefore, they never recorded the liens. So, I mean, for me, that's like a contradiction. So
The-
you're
the
saying they did
non-recorded
buy it,
lien
then why
was-
didn't they record a lien with my name or the funds?
That's right, they did not do that.
But they purchased the properties, they just didn't record our
investment, so therefore our investments are considered secured or unsecured?
Unsecured.
Right now, the court has decided that they're all unsecured.
But that's because they were not reported properly.
Right.
That's the reason. Okay, now, if they're not, okay. So what you're saying, okay, you mentioned two numbers, 300 million and 700 million, but I got you for what?
Don't quote me. Approximately 700 million and 1 billion was used to purchase real estate.
Jay, could you speak up a little bit? We're trying to.
I was saying, approximately, and again, do not quote me on these numbers, because they're
Estimates.
from memory.
Yeah.
But approximately 700 million of the 1 billion was used to purchase real estate. 300 million went elsewhere. Elsewhere being, we don't know.
Okay, but let's hold for a second, let him finish the thought, and then I think some of their questions may already be answered, and then we'll go from there, fair enough?
Now, let me get through the
Yeah.
whole, because there's quite a story here over the last year, and I've been privileged to be a part of it, being on this committee, so I can share with you the process where we got to today. So, there is also Comerica Bank. Comerica Bank was the bank that handled all the transactions. From what I have been told, Shapiro ran it from one checkbook, like a personal checkbook. He distributed all the funds out of this checkbook. The money went in there and it went out, all through Comerica Bank. Millions of dollars. So going to be a big settlement out of Comerica Bank for allowing that to occur. So they should have reported it.
And if that occurs, that's over the settlement and the
That's
sale of the
additional
property.
money. That's additional to the 60 or 70% that we're talking about.
And we would get a piece of that back?
Yes. And it has been decided recently. See, the class action lawsuit, which I'm lead on, which is interesting, I bumped into that one too. The class action lawsuit against Comerica Bank is being handled out of Florida by a firm of Son Law and Silver. There's one other firm involved. Outside of the bankruptcy, completely separate from the bankruptcy. You are all, by default, part of this class action lawsuit. Recently, it was decided that the settlement from the class action lawsuit will go into the bankruptcy and be distributed through the bankruptcy court. But that's additional money. Then there's all the money that your bureau has, that is officers have, that can be found, and they're looking for it. The SEC is actively going after these people and auditing them, looking for money. And then there's one other avenue for money, and that is brokers who were not operating, they were operating outside the fringe of the law. There's two in Florida.
Now, let me just explain that. If you work for a brokerage firm, and you sell something that is not on their menu, that's called selling away. And that's illegal. So if they sold away, the brokerage firm was not supervising appropriately. So they could be on the hook because of that. It's a technicality in the regulatory world. But nonetheless, they're likely to recover something for that, I would presume. That's a presumption.
There's a box on your ballot. It's on page 4. And it talks about additional 5%. You need to vote yes. And if any money can be retrieved through these avenues, you will be awarded that money. If you do not vote yes, you will not be awarded any recovery.
From that, so it's a property recovery, but not that.
Correct. It's just I checked the opt-in. So you want to opt in.
We haven't received our ballots yet. That may
Hold on, hold one up.
They started to come just, like 2 days ago, very, very recent. Like, does anybody have more than 2 days? I doubt it.
I just got mine yesterday.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
More than 2 days. I got it like Wednesday.
So it's all very recent.
I know, okay.
Jay, is there a known deadline for the ballot?
I can-
Yes, there is.
What is that?
Posted out here somewhere.
Okay.
October 8th?
Now, you're going to, let me step aside for a minute. Brinker Biddle, I met with them.
That's a law firm.
That's the firm that's handling the no holders committee. That's our law firm, that's your law firm. Representing all the the committee, I as the committee co-chair representing you, and we go to Brinker Biddle, who represents us within the court. So we're the advocate for us at the court. On here, you'll see, first thing you need to look at is on page 2, when you get it, if you've got it, it'll show your investment. You want to make sure that that's accurate. On here, it'll post how much money you put in. So you want to make sure that that matches what you think you put in. Yeah. And then on this page 3, it talks about how much interest you were paid. You want to see if that agrees with what you think you've been paid in interest. If you have a dispute with that, you're able to check this box down here. It says, the abstract number disputes this number. So you would check that box. That does nothing to your ballot, it does nothing to anything, other than it opens the door for you to be able to dispute the money that you received with their records. And believe me, their records are not very good. So you have to really be careful and make sure your numbers match their numbers.
So once again, Jay, it's okay to put no. It doesn't mean you're not voting to move forward with the plan.
That's correct.
It just means you think they've made an error that they need to double check.
That's correct.
Okay. How would they get back to you? Any idea how you'd hear from them to agree with you?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
Because there's an out. Most important part is on top of page 3, is you accept the plan. Vote yes. It's the validate. You know, I was a graphic designer, and I said, you guys did terrible balance. You gotta read the whole damn thing to know where to vote.
Top of page 3. Top of page 3.
And for all of you, if you have any questions on it, you can call our office and or Rick's office respectively.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to remind you. So if you didn't get the right information, just call. You don't have to worry about that.
So the next, so we've basically talked about, you're gonna match the amount you've invested here. You're gonna match the interest you received here. If it's not, if you don't agree with it, you're gonna check your box for disputing. If you agree with it, you don't check that box. Then over here is this 5% right here on page 4. And you wanna check yes. Whatever money they can get outside of the normal channels is gonna go in here. It's kind of a potpourri pot.
Okay.
So wherever they can get.
Are they calling that the trust, Jay? Are they referring to that as the trust in any capacity?
I don't know.
No. But your advice is simply check yes because you have nothing to lose.
You're not gonna lose anything.
No, if anything, you're gonna make more. Besides that?
$500 initial.
Okay.
They billed me for $1,750.
Did you pay that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so send that to us.
Okay.
Next week sometime. Just find the check and send me the emails about them asking you to pay it. They sent you an email, right?
Yeah, because
Okay.
there was a bill.
So find the document. If you can't find it, at least send us an email and tell me what you did do. With the more document you have, then I'm gonna prepare something to respond back to them and say, hey, we need a refund. Does that sound good? Okay.
So, all right, call you off.
Yeah, Tuesday would be better than Monday, but yeah, first thing next week. Hi, Lena.
Hi, I was just gonna suggest, you probably have already got the idea, rather than you getting 100 phone calls a day, maybe
Yeah.
you can just put out little blurb out updates and,
Yeah, we'll send an email blast to everybody.
yeah, save everyone,
Summarize this meeting because only half the people came.
yeah.
And then tell
I've gotta
people
take
these are the
notes
3
for my
things we're
brother
doing.
and my sister.
Yeah, Christine, okay.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming today.
yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Hey, my name is
Sure.
Ed,
Hey, Rick Miller. Nice to meet you.
and I'm with Searchlight.
Right.
We try to communicate with them a lot of times, and we get answers like, well, I don't know.
You were unclear?
Yeah, so, do you have a business card?
Yeah, I don't think I brought one today, but let me check.
I mean, like, my biggest thing is like, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm already losing money, so if I pull out from the attorney, last thing I want to be is have the attorney come after me.
Exactly,
Now I
we'll
got-
have your short
now-
staff.
now I- yeah.
But I had an attorney do that in my divorce thing.
Oh, your kid put a
lien on my house. I paid $400 to get it
Until we
off.
pay that, you know what I mean? So I don't wanna get into a situation to where I say, hey, I'm not gonna, I pull out and go you any.
Yeah.
They come after me, like she asked, well, are you guys gonna help us? You're willing to help us.
Well, send me an email, sure. Yeah, call me. Call me.
You seem like you're very energetic, very
Oh.
knowledgeable, very.
Okay, thanks for saying that.
That's what I'm getting at.
Well, thanks. Yeah, after Monday, totally we'll get you on the calendar.
And there's nothing. Ethical, unethical about it. I mean, you can go.
Switching firms. Well, I would tell Ray I didn't solicit you. Yeah.
See, we have 2 reasons that
They're not proactive.
I'm 60.
Yeah. Sure.
And we have other family members that have been involved years with.
Yeah.
And they've very, very happy with them. Of course, we didn't find out about this years later.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, just give me a call. I'm happy to talk to you.
We're
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, not too far. We'd always talk on the phone first before you drove it.
Yeah, I liked your whole, the way you interjected from the time you walked in.
Well, you
Saying hi to all your
Yeah.
clients.
like you are willing to do this for them.
Yeah. I think Ray is too, but maybe they've been dropping the ball. I don't know.
But we're gonna pay them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, you didn't solicit us, we're looking and
Yeah.
we're going to Edward Jones, we're gonna find out what we can do.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. You want to investigate?
That's good.
Get better
right.
service.
We wanna find out, are you into annuities also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice to meet you
What
guys.
our better
Thanks for
options
coming.
are.
Thank
Thank
you.
you both for coming. Thanks a lot. Hi there, young lady.
Question. We got this letter.
Oh, okay, so this is
But the
saying,
thing is, you're telling us that there's gonna be like an annual fee. Is that because of that interest that's still in that account? I don't wanna pay any fees into something that's not even there anymore, you know?
what they're saying is that they show Paul as an account holder within the IRA platform at Main Star. So he's just on a huge list. The question is you're saying, hey, look, right now we're in limbo with this money. They're gonna say, well, you are and you aren't, we still have to do a 5498 to the IRS, is what they're gonna tell you. What we don't wanna do is have them, if you were to fire them to get away from paying the custodial fees that you have to pay yearly, how are they gonna code the account? Would they code the account as if you took the money out? So let me call them. I don't always get a straight answer from them because this is kind of complicated. I don't think they've had a lot of experience like most people haven't about, you made an investment and then the investment turned out to blow up and you're faced with a bankruptcy. Well, then how do we treat it? It's inside an IRA. Does that make sense? Can you guys maybe scan this or email it to me or use your phone? We'll work on this, after this big Allianz thing that's going on right now. It's just,
Because I was thinking,
Yeah.
because we, at the time when we talked to you last, we didn't know that interest was in there.
right, you didn't realize I put the interest in.
And then when we called them or went online, then we saw that it was $260.
Yeah.
Which is sitting there, and then we saw this, like, well, who do they charge me a fee because that interest is still sitting in there, the other money's gone.
Yeah.
So I don't wanna have to pay anything to Main Star at all, because that 236 is gonna be taken off and put back into
Yeah.
the,
I'm trying to think about how to.
What?
What is the best way to do the accounting? I don't know. But send that to me and I'll make some phone calls and talk to the.
well, I'm not gonna pay them anything.
They don't pay me anything right
And
now.
even if they take it out of this interest, I have nothing to do with that, so.
Yeah.
I know I did pay everything. That's it.
Thanks for coming.
In my interest, I can accept it.
This is what, helpful?
Never again.
Oh, thanks for saying that.
Yeah, we were pretty much in the same.
Confusing still.
My problem.
Oh.
Just that, we want you to know that we did additional fee to each. 1750.
So let me know when we're gonna look at your contract and probably write them a letter and say, send us back our money.
Right. My only concern is in this engagement and you guys send us the. No.
Yeah, right, right.
And, my only concern is that there will be a breach of contract because you signed a contract. So,
Oh, you always have the right to disengage. So you always have the right to fire the attorney. You're not committed that they have carte blanche to your checking account, and until Woodbridge finally gets completely done, you can never let them go. So if you went and saw the dentist and he promised to do the root canal, and then while he was doing the root canal, he decided to work on another tooth that he didn't tell you about, and then when you got finished and you were out of anesthesia, you walked up the front to pay for your root canal for $1,500. They said, well, you're gonna own $1,950. You said, wait a minute, why would that be? We said, well, he saw another cavity in your tooth while he had you under Novocaine. He thought he would just fix it. We said, wait a minute, I didn't get consulted to get the other tooth fixed. I mean, I probably would have done it, but it really upsets me that he didn't say in advance, he didn't tell me in advance. That's my beef with Leach and Tishman. They sent you guys an invoice without letting you know they'd already run through all of the deposit money. They didn't give you a chance to say, wait a minute, boy, this is gonna run us way too much money. We'll figure a different solution out. We don't wanna continue using it. That's my beat proposal.
Okay, so what I think what I'm going to do for Monday, I'm gonna send, I'm gonna tell them I am disengaged.
Yes.
But I'm gonna be sending them a letter.
You can do it that way. You can turn the phone or send an email or both. And say, consider this acknowledging that we would like to disengage your services moving forward. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate you doing that. All right, so call me next week, okay? And send me, after Monday, send me the emails and documents, okay? All right. Yeah.
I know that been receiving this mail right?
Yeah, yeah.
You're aware of this, right?
Yeah, we get this from clients all the time. Let's see, when was this? This was,
A few days ago.
oh, so this is the legal docket stuff saying that you're getting the plan, vote. You're getting the, disclosure statement, establishment, the voting record date. So this is just this is almost like the meetings of a meeting. When you have a meeting that's supposed to be publicly known, this is like the meetings, the proceedings. This is the proceedings. Yeah, and they're talking about, you have the right to object as late as October 8th, that you don't like the plan. Remember? You could vote no for the plan, you could vote yes for the plan. You could vote yes for the 5%, you could leave the 5% plan. That's all this is. Yeah, thanks for asking. Hi, Enrique, what'd you think of?
Oh, this was very informative.
Good.
Right now, I'm just battling in my head if I sign up, because I only paid the retaining fee for Sandy.
Don't give any more money.
That's it.
Don't give any more money. We'll put them on notice. Here's why Jay was saying don't do it. The die has already been cast. The cement's already been poured. It really can't get messed up.
Right.
They put a barrier around the cement. No one's gonna be able to step on the cement and screw it up. That's his feeling, that's his thoughts of knowing how it's gonna move. Now, the vote may not win. That was the other thing. Well, what if the vote doesn't win? So there are gonna be definitely people that vote no. But anybody that's got 25 or 50 or 100,000 or 150, why the hell would you vote no? What are you going to do to pay to change the direction of this big ship? It is going through the channel. It's going to go through the channel. Now, could it not go through the channel? Well, Trump got elected. Anything could happen, I guess. Anything could happen, but chances are it's going to go through. Because imagine this. Those that are definitely small or medium-sized clients, they don't have the resources to fight the battle to change it, because they'll spend more money in legal fees than they ever collect, than they even put in the account. It would make no sense to hire an attorney and spend $150 to recover $25,000. So pretty much, if people are paying attention and they can read through the thing yes and no, in my mind's eye, 90% of all the small note holders are going to vote yes.
Right.
How can they do that? Then in the next is, well, what if you have someone with 14 million? Do they have enough economic clout with throwing more legal fees into the hopper to fight it? Could they disrupt the balance of where it's headed? Yeah, maybe. I didn't know that there was that many people that had 14 million. When I looked at the list that first came out, I only saw people with 600,000, 700,000. I didn't see. I think maybe maybe I saw 3 people with $1 million. But page after page after page, there was 25 and 40,000, 75 and 100, and almost everybody was under 100. Almost everybody. Yeah, you saw those books that came out with the listings of the properties. Did you get those in the mail?
Was it on like newspaper?
Yeah, double-sided, small print.
I just,
You tossed that in the trash.
no, I can't. But
For the bird cage.
yeah.
And you bought a bird.
For the tequila.
Yeah. Did that help you? Did that help you?
No, it really helped me.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm trying to boggle my mind if I sign anything at Sandy's office.
Well, we can just disengage by sending them something. Even if you didn't engage them, a disengagement letter moving forward would disengage you.
Okay.
So let's do that next week after Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, 'cause I never paid the extra.
I just
Don't pay it. Don't pay it.
Because I wrote back to him.
Yeah. I mean,
I said I wasn't.
maybe we'll actually sue them in small claims court or did pay them. That's the back of my mind. So we'll take that contract to small claims court. And they gotta send an attorney next $250 an hour to fight it. Now, of course, he's got more acumen about how to persuade the judge that it's legally binding, but we're gonna come with all the fact that you sending us invoices, we hired you. How does that work?
Well, the next
And then
step
you
I could-
promised to send us, to tell us, notify us when the money ran out. You didn't notify us. You billed us in July.
Right.
It said, oh, we ran out of money back in January or February.
Right.
Oh, God, how does that work? I don't know.
So I guess my next step would just to call Main Star on Monday, because I haven't done that.
You haven't got it either, Main Star? Okay, you're gonna call Main Star too? Okay, thank you for
Thank you.
coming, Josie.
If you could
Yeah,
send me a
thanks for
copy of
coming.
that disengagement.
Yeah, I wrote it down. Tuesday. Have a safe drive home.
Thank you.
Yeah.